Good morning, America. Tariffs struck down. President Trump responds to the Supreme Court declaring most of his sweeping tariffs illegal, attacking the justices who ruled against him.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
The president now moving to Plan B, and the questions about what comes next, with companies looking to recover billions of dollars.
A major winter storm taking aim at the Northeast. More than 40 million Americans on alert. The predictions for heavy snow and blizzard conditions. Our weather team timing it out.
Thrown out? The British government considers removing Andrew from the line of succession following his arrest and release. The new search of his former home, as the former prince's protection officers are urged to come forward about what they saw or heard during their time of service.
Accomplice theory. Investigators searching for Nancy Guthrie, not ruling out the possibility that the man seen in the surveillance video may have had help, plus the talk of a new phase in the investigation.
Cellular obsession. Americans looking for a phone detox to cut down on screen time. The new apps and devices to help you set healthy boundaries.
Skating champion Alyssa Liu and hockey's Golden Girls reflect on their big wins.
I mean, you can't even explain it. It happened so fast. She got that puck up to Megan, and the rest is history.
Plus, the NBA season moves into the final stretch, the weekend games and what they could mean before the playoffs. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
Happy Saturday to you. Good morning, America.
Ooh, that song, too.
I know. Gets you going in the morning. The thing is, though, winter is definitely not done with us
not
just
the hot
yet.
stuff that we're looking for.
Our weather team is tracking a nor'easter that could bring significant snowfall Sunday to major cities along the East Coast. We'll get to that in just a moment.
Also ahead here, the rising tension between the U.S. and Iran as President Trump considers limited strikes, even as diplomacy plays out. And today marks nearly 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. We're going to have the latest on the investigation coming up here.
But we do begin here with reaction overnight to that stinging Supreme Court defeat for President Trump and his outrage over the decision. The court striking down most of the tariffs the president imposed last year. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest. Selena, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. And this is a huge loss for President Trump. It's not just a massive blow to his economic agenda, but also his domestic and foreign policy goals. Trump used tariffs for everything from pressuring foreign leaders to convincing companies to manufacture here in the U.S. Tariffs have long been Trump's obsession, and he's not giving up on them. He's already finding other workarounds. This morning, a devastating blow to President Trump's economic agenda. The Supreme Court ruling most of his sweeping tariffs are illegal. Trump lashing out at the justices, calling them unpatriotic and disloyal.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
In a 6-3 decision, the court's liberal justice joining 3 staunch conservatives, including 2 appointed by Trump himself. The decision striking at the heart of Trump's economic strategy and the leverage he used in negotiations with other countries. But the court says he went too far, writing only Congress has the power to impose taxes. Still, the president is not backing down. Just hours after the ruling, he signed a presidential proclamation to impose 10% global tariffs using a different legal authority.
We have alternatives, great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money, and we'll be a lot stronger for it.
Many economists say tariffs are actually taxes on American businesses who pass the cost to consumers by raising prices. By one estimate, the president's tariffs have cost American families an extra $1,600 a year. I met small business owner Amy Rutherford at her Virginia toy store last year as she feared the financial strain the tariffs would bring on her store. Now, after months of rising costs, this ruling bringing a long-awaited sense of hope.
The rush of relief was really quite overwhelming. It almost brought me to tears, so monumental.
But Rutherford says it's too early to lower prices and knows more tariffs could still come.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Happy, I feel like this is a win, but definitely cautious.
So, guys, the big question now is what happens to the roughly $142 billion that the government has already collected from these tariffs? Will American businesses get those refunds? Well, the Supreme Court justices don't address how that would work. It's likely an issue that's going to be litigated in the courts for a while. It could be months or even years, Janae, before businesses see any of that money back.
So many questions still remain. Selena, thank you so much. And so for you at home, what does this mean for American consumers and their wallets? ABC's Andrew Dimbert is here now to break it all down with us. Andrew, good morning. The government, as Selena was just saying, collected $142 billion from the tariffs that were struck down by the Supreme Court. How is that money going to get refunded?
Yeah, so this is money that companies from major retailers like Costco down to small businesses are lining up to get back. 2,000 companies have already sued the Trump administration to get refunds for the tariffs that the Supreme Court now says are invalid. Tariffs already paid by some 300,000 importers. And remember, the way tariffs work is American companies typically pay a customs fee when a product they import from another country crosses the U.S. border. They see a line item on their customs bill that quite literally says tariff. For many businesses, they say that these tariffs are automatically withdrawn from their company's bank accounts to pay the U.S. government. So the thinking is the government could send the refund back that way, but President Trump is saying his administration will fight this process in lower courts. Bottom line, it could be a while, as you heard Selena say there, before companies see any refunds. And navigating this legal process is especially challenging for small businesses who just don't have the resources that the federal government has.
Yeah. Okay, so that's small businesses. What about consumers? Will they get their money back?
Right, Gio. So we know that many businesses have absorbed the cost of tariffs, but some have also passed those costs right back down to the consumer. The Yale Budget Lab says President Trump's tariffs cost the typical American household $1,681 per year. Without the tariffs that were struck down by the court, that number goes down to $781 per year. And there are still tariffs in place on key industries like aluminum, steel, and lumber. Also important to keep in mind that once retailers raise prices, guys, they really don't tend to bring them back down.
That's a good point. And the new 10% tariffs that President Trump just announced, what could that mean for consumers?
Right. So the White House was ready with this backup plan, this new 10% tariff taking effect Tuesday. It applies to most imports coming into the U.S. for the next 150 days. After that, it would need to be approved by Congress to stay in effect. So these tariffs don't give the president the same sort of broad-based negotiating powers as the ones that were just struck down by the Supreme Court. And for some key trading partners, this actually means tariff rates will lower. For example, the EU, Japan, and India had negotiated trade deals with rates above 10%. Now they'll be at 10%. And the White House also says there are exceptions. Foods, including beef, tomatoes, and oranges, won't face new tariffs. Pharmaceuticals and some electronics are also exempt.
Yeah, still some questions about how all of this will play out. Andrew, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, now to the double dose of wintry weather for the Northeast once again, including another major snowstorm on the way. Meteorologist Brianna Ruffalo from our LA station KBC is tracking those storms. Brianna, good morning. It's great to have you. Wish you had better news for us.
I know. Hey, good morning, Whit. Not only did we pick up some more snow overnight, but all eyes are on this next system that we've been watching over the past couple days, and now growing likelihood that this could become a major to powerful nor'easter for the East Coast. So overnight, as we look into areas of Massachusetts into Mansfield, we saw some more snow, just picking up about an inch there. But in other areas of New England, getting closer to about a foot in areas of northern New England. But then we look ahead to this next system, and this is going to be that powerful storm that we've been watching the past couple of days. Blizzard warnings, over 40 million Americans under some sort of winter weather alert. This is the first time in nearly a decade New York City is under a blizzard warning. So this is what's going to happen. Starting out on the lighter side as we head into Sunday morning. Starting off the coast of the Carolinas, tracking up and north as we continue on along into areas of the mid-Atlantic and into the Northeast, strengthening overnight Sunday into Monday, where we could pick up anywhere from 6 inches to a foot of snow. And this includes along the I-95 corridor. So if you're not waking up to a lot of snow on Monday morning, you're at least going to have some really gusty winds, low visibilities. And we still have a lot of uncertainty with this. It all depends on where this low pressure is going to land. So So stay tuned through the weekend as we continue to see some more adjustments here. Gio.
All right, Brianna, great to have you here for your first GMA forecast. We'll get another update from you very, very soon. Thank you. We go overseas now to the Middle East and the U.S. military buildup there with new strikes against Iran possible. And ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell joins us now live from Tel Aviv. Ian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Gio. Overnight, President Trump confirming that the U.S. is considering a limited strike on Iran. This comes after giving it an ultimatum to agree to a nuclear deal in less than 2 weeks from now, warning if it doesn't, then, quote, really bad things will happen. Iran and the U.S. have held 2 rounds of indirect talks now. They're due to hold a third. But Vice President J.D. Vance saying Iran has yet to even acknowledge President Trump's red lines. Gio?
So, Ian, what is this all about? What does the president want Iran to do? And are we talking about boots on the ground here?
Yeah, all good questions. The U.S. is pushing for 3 things. Stopping Iran's nuclear program, which Iran insists is purely for peaceful purposes. Secondly, a curb on its ballistic missiles. And lastly, an ending support for militant groups in the region, groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon. Despite the ongoing diplomacy, though, we're now seeing this kind of huge amassing of a military presence by the U.S. in the region. New satellite images show the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier sailing into the Mediterranean. We know that more than 100 cargo planes, refueling tankers, and fighter jets also heading here, and the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is already here in the Middle East. All told, some 35,000 US troops across the region. But no, certainly for now, there is no suggestion of boots on the ground. I think if this happens, it's most likely to be an aerial campaign.
And I guess the next question is, what is Iran saying about this?
Yeah, I mean, fairly belligerent response from Iran. It's saying, look, we do want diplomacy, we do want peace, but it's also standing up and saying, look, if there is some kind of attack, it's ready to respond. It's saying that it'll respond decisively. Crucially, I think it's warning that all U.S. bases, facilities and assets across this region would be, quote, legitimate targets. And also, I think in a sign of the anxiety about the possibility of Iranian retaliation to any attack, U.S. officials confirming overnight that a number of U.S. troops may be moved out of their bases in the region. Janae?
All right, Ian Pannell for us there in Tel Aviv. Our thanks to you. Now to the Epstein files and the arrest of Britain's former Prince Andrew. Police in the UK searching his former residence. ABC's Lama Hassan is live in London with the latest. Good morning, Lama.
Yeah, good morning to you, Janae. The investigation into the former prince is intensifying, with police officers now searching his home for a 3rd day following his arrest. This morning, detectives carrying out the complex search of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's former residence in Windsor, the vast 30-room property he called home for more than 20 years. Officers believed to be looking for proof that he passed on confidential information to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein when he was serving as Britain's trade envoy. The police investigation is intensifying, now urging the former prince's protection officers to come forward with any information about what they saw or heard during their time of service. Authorities also say they are working with U.S. law enforcement to determine whether airports in the UK were used to traffic young women for sex. Andrew was arrested on the King's private estate in Sandringham on Thursday morning, held for nearly 11 hours, then released without charge. The viral image showing him in the back of a car, leaving the police station. The King's brother is the first senior royal arrested in almost 400 years.
The focus has shifted a lot, I think, onto this wider question for the royal family about who knew what and if anyone knew anything else. Generally, wider questions are very dangerous for the royal family right now about privilege.
Sources telling ABC News the King had no prior warning of Andrew's arrest, releasing a statement writing, "What now follows is the full, fair and proper process," adding that authorities will have his full and wholehearted support and cooperation. The royal family keeping calm and carrying on with their planned public engagements, even amid intensifying questions from reporters.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest?
Andrew arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, believed to stem from the most recent Epstein files released by the Department of Justice, which raises questions about whether Andrew shared confidential information with Epstein.
Andrew addressing their friendship in that now infamous BBC interview in 2019.
Do you regret the whole friendship with Epstein?
Now, still not. And the reason being is that the people that I met and the opportunities that I was given to learn, either by him or because of him, were actually very useful. Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite, in the sense that he was a sex offender.
He claimed he cut ties with Epstein in 2010, after Epstein had been released from prison. But these emails indicate that's not true. In 2011, Epstein writing to Andrew, "The press is piling on me in the States. Nothing to do, just want to make sure you are okay." Andrew allegedly writing back, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we are in this together and we'll have to rise above it. Keep in close touch and we will play some more soon." Andrew has strenuously denied any wrongdoing.
And the British government is now discussing introducing laws to remove Andrew from the line of succession. Remember, right now he is 8th in line to the throne. Whit.
Yeah, some major developments there. Lama Hassan, we appreciate it. Meanwhile, back here in the U.S., there is renewed concern as measles cases keep rising. ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with the latest numbers from the CDC. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. That's right. We're closing in on a troubling milestone. The U.S. is now nearing 1,000 confirmed measles cases. And to be specific, the CDC is reporting 982 infections across 26 states, and that's more than half the country. And as you can imagine, health officials here are watching this pretty closely. I want to zoom out and put this into context because remember, measles was declared eliminated in the U.S. back in 2000. And for years, we've averaged only about 180 cases annually. In fact, last year saw more than 2,200 cases. And this year, it's not looking good. We're already trending in that same direction. Here's where it gets pretty troubling. Nearly 60% of cases are in children and teens ages 5 to 19, with another quarter in kids under 5. And almost all, about 94% of those infected are either unvaccinated or their vaccination status is unknown. So officials say almost all of these new cases are tied to outbreaks happening here at home, just 6 linked to international travel. So far, though, about 4% of patients have been hospitalized, no reported deaths this year. So that's the good news. Still, health officials continue to stress the importance of vaccination. The 2-dose MMR shot is about 97% effective, remains the strongest tool to prevent further spread.
All right, really something to see those numbers laid out like that. Morgan, thank you for that.
Now to the Winter Games as the U.S. men's hockey team advances to the gold medal match, a championship match with our neighbors to the north. That's on Sunday. This morning, golden glory within reach. The U.S. men's hockey team beating Slovakia 6-2 in the semifinals. Up next, they'll face off against Canada in tomorrow's gold medal match. And on the slopes, Alex Ferreira taking gold for the United States in the free ski halfpipe.
I love competing. It's the most beautiful feeling in the world.
American Corinne Stoddard earning bronze in women's short track. Brittany Bowe narrowly missing out on a medal in speed skating. Switzerland besting the U.S. in women's curling. Team USA will now compete for the bronze medal against Canada later today. Team USA in second place overall with 30 medals, including 11 golds. One of those gold medals coming from the USA women's hockey team's incredible overtime win against Canada.
I mean, you can't even explain it. It happened so fast. You got that puck up to Megan, and the rest is history.
Players crediting their team bond and spirit in helping them clinch the gold.
This group is so special, and this is our time. And I think taking advantage of it and knowing that you just got to give your best.
And the U.S.'s golden girl, Alyssa Liu, still buzzing from her incredible free skate performance.
There was no point where I thought I won gold, actually, but I was just really happy with my performance, so none of that mattered.
We were all so happy with her performance. So back to men's hockey. The U.S. is seeking its first Olympic gold since the famed 1980 Miracle on Ice team engineered one of the most stunning upsets in sports history. Of course, the women's hockey team. We were there for that game. It was unreal.
You were there for that game.
I said
we saw your videos.
We
saw
that. It was so exciting. There were just so many great stories, so many women who showed up to play. On my flight back home yesterday, I was sitting behind Jake Cantor's parents. He won a bronze 9 years after he was in a coma
Wow.
as a kid. And so getting to see these athletes on such a high after doing so incredible, but getting to see the parents and their joy, getting to see their boy take on the sport as he did. It was just incredible.
And we loved watching your joy there in Milan.
And your coverage.
You couldn't help but feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, still ahead here. We are live in Arizona for the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie, who's been missing now for 20 days.
Plus, the Unplugged, the devices and apps that can help stop all those distractions on your phone.
And a new twist in the mystery of what may be lurking beyond our skies. President Trump now ordering the release of secret UFO and extraterrestrial files when we come back.
If your dream is to be a mediocre doctor, mission accomplished.
Dr. Cox, I'm going to need you to go ahead and bring it down.
Don't I get 3 strikes?
You have 900 strikes.
Welcome back to GMA. Scrubs, that great show, it's making a comeback. We are getting a special look behind the scenes ahead of the big premiere. Will Gans has a sneak peek. He spoke with the cast. You're going to hear what the cast has to say about the sitcom's revival, and that's coming up in our second
Will has
hour.
been raving about that interview.
He just told us they had a blast in that conversation, so looking forward to that. First, let's take a look at some of the other big stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. The U.S. military says it carried out another deadly strike on an alleged drug trafficking boat in the Eastern Pacific. U.S. Southern Command released this video Friday showing a boat in the water. Moments later, it bursts into flames. Defense officials say 3 people were killed in that strike. Overall, 147 people have been killed in the Trump administration's ongoing operation to target alleged drug boats.
Newly released video of a dramatic lake rescue in Colorado Springs. First responders rushed to a call of a car in the water. Police and firefighters worked together to find the submerged vehicle, as you see there, break open a window and reach the driver, who is unconscious. The driver was rushed to the hospital. He remains in critical condition this morning.
And President Trump says he is ordering the government to begin the process of releasing documents related to UFOs and extraterrestrial life. The president's comments on social media followed former President Obama's discussion of the topic on a podcast. Obama said that he thought aliens are real, but that he hadn't seen them. He later clarified, saying there's a good chance statistically that there could be other life in the universe.
All right. Well, we do start this half hour with authorities pursuing all leads in the search for Nancy Guthrie, abducted from her home a day short of 3 weeks ago now. ABC's Melissa Don is in Tucson, Arizona, to bring us up to date on the latest on the investigation. Good morning to you, Melissa.
Janae, good morning. The clock is ticking on this investigation as time is certainly passing by. Today marks exactly 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie was last seen right inside her home.
This morning, the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie at the end of its 3rd week. Investigators now say the masked man may have had an accomplice. The sheriff's department saying investigators are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved. But still, investigators have no new evidence.
Sheriff's Department, can you please hold? Is this in regards to the Nancy Guthrie case?
The Pima County Sheriff's Office saying it's actively reviewing thousands of tips. Current leads are coming up empty. The partial DNA found at Guthrie's home is currently being analyzed, and there's no new security video from her home security system and no vehicle of interest.
They're pulling on every thread to make sure that no stone is left unturned. So while it doesn't look like much is going on out here, I guarantee you there's a lot more than we know about that's happening.
Authorities briefing the family that the investigation may transition to a new phase with fewer resources, while a small task force remains assigned long term. The most solid evidence so far is this doorbell camera video showing a masked man appearing to hold a gun. Authorities have identified the backpack sold exclusively by Walmart, but they're still working to determine where the other items, the mask, the jacket gun, and holster, may have been purchased and by who. The sheriff says he is counting on someone to recognize the man at the door.
When those tips dry up, this case goes cold. We believe somebody out there knows who did this. We need that person to call us.
Her daughter, Savannah, has repeatedly pleaded for help from the public, knowing that it could be a viewer anywhere in this country who spots something in this video.
We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The reward for information now tops $200,000.
Now we have seen a growing number of flowers added here to the edge of Nancy's driveway, and there's also dozens of yellow ribbons that have been seen tied around this neighborhood, some with signs reading "Bring her home."
All right, Melissa Don for us. We certainly appreciate it.
All right, so we've got to look here at a possible brain drain thanks to those endless hours we spend scrolling on the phone. And ABC's Will Gans looked into some new ways to cure our obsession with this thing.
Yeah,
what do you got?
they heard brain drain and phone obsession, and they said Will Gans is the guy for the job. One recent stat suggests American adults spend about 6.5 hours every day in front of their screens, which means in adulthood alone, we're spending 15 years of our lives in front of a screen. But some folks are on a mission to change that.
Whoever stays unplugged the longest wins.
What do we win?
What do you want?
I want a new computer.
Done.
This week alone, searches for unhealthy screen time are up over 1,000% on TikTok.
There comes a point where reaching for your phone isn't relaxing.
Christian Del Rosario is a full-time attorney and part-time content creator.
So at my law firm, I am the only Gen Z attorney.
And lately, she's adding one more job to the resume: screen time reducer. Del Rosario turned to Brick, which retails for $59. It's part physical device, part app. You tell it which social media platforms or apps you want it to block, then tap your phone to the brick, which blocks those apps until you physically touch your phone to the brick again.
Let's say you leave this at home. You're not going to be able to access those apps until there's physical touch between your device and the brick.
It's one of many unconventional methods Americans are implementing to get offline.
People now more than ever are trying to take back their control when it comes to how much time that they're spending on their screens.
Opal is another popular screen time savior app. Coming at you live from my phone to tell you about how much less time I'm spending on my phone since downloading the Opal app, which allows you to put time limits on specific apps on your phone at specific times of the day. My screen time is down 35.1% since I installed Opal, which reminds me I should probably get off of my phone. Whether it's Opal or Brick.
I personally have found that it works, and at the end of the day, it will tell you the total number of hours or minutes that your device was bricked. I'd say on average for me, it's around 5 hours.
Experts say reducing screen time is important, no matter how you do it.
Your phone is the most powerful, addictive device that was ever created. However, we were never really trained how to use it.
I've heard it called a slot machine in your pocket. Like, that's how addictive it is. Yeah. So if you have an iPhone, you can set time limits on specific apps right there in the settings, but it's pretty easy to bypass with a passcode if you set it yourself, which is why there's a growing number of people asking a friend or a spouse to choose that passcode for a little more accountability.
And you were saying that you can really customize this, too. There are, like, layers to choose from.
Exactly. Opal, for me, has been a game changer. It's Instagram is my #1 offender, and then TikTok. But on Opal, you can say, okay, while I'm at work, no unlocks, nothing at all.
Well, when I text you, I always see it says "Do not disturb" is on.
Yeah.
And you still text them.
I hit the button that says "Breakthrough, send anywhere."
Which I'm not complaining about, by the way. I love attention, so I'll take it whenever I can get it.
Thank you, Will. All right, coming up here on Good Morning America, heading towards crunch time in the NBA, ESPN's Katie George joins us with the storylines to watch.
Laura as well. Towns has got the smaller Holland out.
Welcome back with the NBA trade deadline and All-Star weekend now in the rear view. The league turns its focus to the final stretch. 2 months of regular season basketball remain, and the storylines are only getting more exciting. ESPN's Katie George is joining us to break it all down. Katie, good morning to you. It's great to have you. So jumping right in here, of ABC's 3 games this weekend, which matchup do you think has the biggest playoff implications?
Yeah, Whit, of the 3 games, tonight's ABC primetime matchup between Houston and New York has the biggest playoff implications. I mean, both teams are sitting in 4th place in the East and West. This is not the time to be looking behind you. The final 25-game stretch is for gaining ground, and so both teams need and want to secure home court advantage in the playoffs. So every result at this point either helps or hurts you.
Okay, so Katie, league-wide, who do you think is the biggest threat to the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder?
Well, I think there's a few. I mean, Denver has a yearly MVP candidate in Nikola Jokic, and they'll be getting healthy at the right time. Aaron Gordon, who's a key piece to their success, he should return soon. San Antonio is 4 games behind OKC in the West. I mean, the depth that they've created around Victor Wembanyama makes them a real contender. And I'd say Detroit in the East is becoming threat as well. They play tough, bully basketball and have a chance to finish the season with the best record in the league. So they're a threat too.
Katie, which team is the dark horse in the East?
But I'd say Boston is probably the dark horse, given the fact that we could finally see Jason Tatum return from his Achilles injury with maybe 10 to 15 games left in the regular season. Even if Tatum, Gio, is 70% healthy at that point, his availability significantly helps. His teammates have done a great job keeping him afloat and in the mix. If Tatum returns, Boston's chances in the playoffs improve greatly.
Yeah, it'd be really something. I know a lot of fans cheering him on, and hopefully he comes back soon. So let's also talk about some of the other biggest storylines. We mentioned this is the final stretch of the regular season here. What should we be watching?
I think the biggest storyline at this point is health. I mean, the healthiest team often makes the deepest run. We mentioned Denver's getting healthy at the right time. You know, Minnesota, who I covered last night with Anthony Edwards dropping 40 points like he normally does, is fully healthy, and they're looking like they're primed for a run. We also mentioned Boston and Jason Tatum. They could surprise people. I think health at this point, at the right time, is key for these teams.
And what about the tight race, Katie, for MVP heading into this final portion of the season?
Yeah, as a voter myself, I feel like MVP is always so difficult. I mean, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic are front runners, with the caveat being that Jokic can only miss 2 more games to remain eligible for postseason awards. I will say that Cade Cunningham in Detroit could be getting a little bit more buzz. He deserves it. If Detroit ends up with the best record in the league, like we mentioned, I mean, I think Cunningham really has, I think he deserves to be MVP at that point, but we'll see. There's still so many games to be played, but it's going to be a really fun final stretch. This is the best time of the year when it comes to the NBA season, you guys.
All right, Katie gets to vote, but doesn't want to tip her hat too
much.
Right. We appreciate you being with us, Katie. And you can catch the Rockets-Knicks game tonight at 8:30 Eastern, and on Sunday, the Cavs-Thunder, followed by the Nuggets-Warriors, right here on ABC as all that snow's coming down.
Oh.
Back now with our play of the day, and this is about a 9-year-old girl gearing up to perform her favorite, one of her favorites, from Olivia Rodrigo at her school talent show. Oh. So then her mom goes to the gym, runs into the Grammy winner herself, who's generous enough to record a post-cardio pep talk. Listen to this.
Hi, Lulu. It's Olivia. I look crazy right now. I'm with your mom, and we love you so much, and I'm wishing you so much luck at the talent show. You're going to kill it. We love you.
So how about that as the pep talk, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at the performance. Go, Lulu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turns out that message from Olivia was exactly the confidence boost that 9-year-old Lulu needed. She went on to crush her performance of Vampire at her LA area elementary school talent show.
Amazing.
Go, Lulu.
By the way, what gym is that?
Yeah, right there her mom runs into her.
Olivia's on,
and good on her to actually do that while at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
congrats,
sweet.
Lulu. All right, coming up here on GMA in our second hour, Black History Month and your health, what you need to know before heading to the doctor.
Plus, Scrubs is back, and we're going behind the scenes, talking to the cast about what we can expect from the revival of the beloved sitcom.
And we know winter can be tough on your hair and skin, right? So Tori Johnson is here to the rescue with big savings and deals and steals.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Tariffs struck down. President Trump responds to the Supreme Court declaring most of his sweeping tariffs illegal, attacking the justices who ruled against him. The president now moving to Plan B and the questions about what comes next.
Black History Month and your health, the diseases disproportionately affecting Black Americans, and what you should know before heading to the doctor.
Battling the winter blues? We have a simple fix to get you up and moving. The 10-minute stretch out to boost your body and mood, and you don't even have to change your clothes.
And it's time to scrub in for the return of a beloved sitcom.
I'm back, baby!
The cast of Scrubs reuniting for a new revival series, and we're on set getting a sneak peek.
It was a spoiler. Scrubs has taken a turn.
And look who's saying,
Good morning, America!
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
And good morning, America. So great to have you with us. We are very excited to go behind the scenes there of the Scrubs revival. SNL alum Vanessa Bayer talking about her new character joining the gang, too.
We love her. We love the show. Also, we have a lot of news to get to here this morning. 2 back-to-back winter storms are forecast to hit the Northeast, bringing more snow to the area. We're going to have that in just a moment here.
Yes, but we do begin with the reaction overnight to that stinging Supreme Court defeat for President Trump and his outrage over the decision. The court striking down most of the tariffs the president imposed last year. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest. Good morning again to you, Selena.
Yeah, good morning again, Janae. And this is a massive loss for President Trump. It's not just a huge blow to his economic agenda, but also his domestic and foreign policy goals. Trump has used tariffs for everything from pressuring foreign leaders to convincing companies to manufacture here in the U.S. Tariffs have long been the president's obsession, and he's not giving up on them. He's already finding other workarounds.
This morning, a devastating blow to President Trump's economic agenda. The Supreme Court ruling most of his sweeping tariffs are illegal. Trump lashing out at the justices, calling them unpatriotic and disloyal.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
In a 6-3 decision, the court's liberal justice joining 3 staunch conservatives, including 2 appointed by Trump himself. The decision striking at the heart of Trump's economic strategy and the leverage he used in negotiations with other countries. But the court says he went too far, writing only Congress has the power to impose taxes. Still, the president is not backing down. Just hours after the ruling, he signed a presidential proclamation to impose 10% global tariffs using a different legal authority.
We have alternatives, great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money, and we'll be a lot stronger for it.
Many economists say tariffs are actually taxes on American businesses who pass the cost to consumers by raising prices. By one estimate, the president's tariffs have cost American families an extra $1,600 a year. I met small business owner Amy Rutherford at her Virginia toy store last year as she feared the financial strain the tariffs would bring on her store. Now, after months of rising costs, this ruling bringing a long-awaited sense of hope.
The rush of relief was really quite overwhelming. It almost brought me to tears, so monumental.
But Rutherford says it's too early to lower prices and knows more tariffs could still come.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Happy, I feel like this is a win, but definitely cautious.
Okay, guys, so the big question now is what happens to the roughly $142 billion that the government has already collected from these tariffs? Will American businesses get those refunds? Well, the Supreme Court justices don't address how that would work. It's an issue that's likely going to be litigated in the courts for quite some time. It could be months or even years, Whit, before businesses see any of that money.
Yeah, still some big questions there. Selena Wang, we appreciate it. We go overseas now to the Middle East and the U.S. military buildup there with new strikes against Iran possible. ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell is joining us now from Tel Aviv. Ian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. While Iran's top diplomat says a draft nuclear deal will be ready in days, President Trump confirming the U.S. is considering a strike on Iran. The two sides have held 2 rounds of indirect talks, and they are due to hold a third. But the U.S. pushing for 3 things. Stopping Iran's nuclear program, which Iran insists is purely for peaceful purposes, a curb on its ballistic missiles, and ending support for militant groups in the region, like Hezbollah in Lebanon. Despite the ongoing diplomacy, though, the U.S. now amassing this huge military presence in the region. New satellite images show the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier sailing into the Mediterranean. More than 100 cargo planes, refueling tankers, and fighter jets also heading to the region. And we also have the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group already here in the Middle East. All told, there are about 35,000 or so U.S. troops across this region. For Iran, Iranian officials warning if they're attacked, they will, quote, respond decisively, and that all U.S. bases, facilities and assets would be, quote, legitimate targets. And I think in a sign of the anxiety about potential Iranian retaliation to any kind of attack, U.S. officials overnight confirming a limited number of U.S. troops may be moved out of their bases in the region. Fair to say this is a region that's on edge. Gio?
Yeah, big questions about what it means for the American military as well. Ian, thank you so much. Now to the Epstein files and the arrest of Britain's former Prince Andrew. Police in the UK continuing to search his former residence, and ABC's Lama Hassan is live in London with this story. Lama, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Gio. The police investigation is intensifying. Detectives are carrying out an extensive search of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's former residence in Windsor for a third day. Officers believed to be looking for proof that the former prince passed on confidential information to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein when he was serving as Britain's trade envoy. The police are also urging the former prince's protection officers to come forward with any information about what they saw or heard during their time of service. Authorities are also saying that they are working with US law enforcement to determine whether airports in the UK were used to traffic young women for sex. Now, Andrew was arrested on the King's private estate in Sandringham on Thursday morning, held for nearly 11 hours, then released without charge. The viral image showing him in the back of a car leaving the police station. The King's brother is the first senior royal arrested in almost 400 years. And the British government is now discussing introducing laws to remove Andrew from the line of succession. Remember, Janae, he is 8th in line to the throne. Janae?
One of the first arrests in almost 400 years. Lama, thank you so much. Well, the U.S. closing in on a troubling milestone as measles cases this year tick even higher. New CDC numbers show 982 cases in 26 states, 72 new cases confirmed just this week. The high case count partially driven by a large outbreak in South Carolina. The state reporting 962 cases since October. The CDC saying most U.S. cases are among those who are unvaccinated or with unknown status.
Shifting gears here, Janae, it's a big weekend for basketball as we head into the final stretch of the regular season. The Knicks host the Rockets in a primetime matchup at Madison Square Garden tonight. Houston on a big streak here, winning 5 straight games on the road, while the Knicks are aiming to prove that they are a top contender in the playoff picture. You can catch the Rockets-Knicks game tonight at 8:30 Eastern right here on ABC.
Oh, basketball's been good.
Yes, it is.
All right, so coming up here in our GMA Morning Menu, Black History Month and your health, what you need to know before heading to the doctor.
Also ahead, Tori Johnson is here with steals to save your skin and your hair this winter.
And Will Gans, you're taking us to the set of the Scrubs revival.
Oh, that's right. We're scrubbing in at Sacred Heart with some fan favorite characters. You remember Hooch? Well, he'll tell us exactly what it takes to pull off a Scrubs crazy face. We'll be right back.
We are back now on GMA celebrating Black History Month with a look at the state of healthcare and what we should consider when heading to the doctor. Emergency psychiatrist Dr. Adjua Smalls-Monte is here to talk with us. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
What concerns you most when it comes to healthcare and the Black community?
I'm concerned about the prevalence of certain diseases, namely being cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and colon cancer. We have a higher rate of these diseases and a greater likelihood of dying from these diseases. And part of that is due to late diagnosis. We're not getting screening early enough. And so it's important that people be aware of the symptoms, go for regular checkups and those screenings.
And we've been reporting on this more and more recently, but why the continued disparity?
So some of the reasons for those disparities are you might live in an area that doesn't have as many doctors in their hospital. You might live far away from a hospital, but there's also the economic cost of health care. Black people tend to be in jobs that may not have as many, that may not offer health care benefits, or you might not have health insurance. And so if you don't have health insurance, you're less likely to have a primary care doctor that you're following up with. And then even if you do have a regular doctor that you're following up with, the cost of the actual treatment can be very high for people. There's also the anxiety of knowing what you have. So people might have symptoms and not want to see a doctor, but it's important to go find out. It could be nothing, but it also, if you have something, there's treatment. And then the very real factor of racism and bias in healthcare and just in this country. We've seen many examples of people going to the doctor, having their concerns ignored, and it's important to remember that you're entitled to health care, so go and get a second opinion.
Absolutely. And doctor, you have such a calming presence, but I think that there is such an anxiety, right, of going. What do you want people to know about going to the doctor?
When you go to the doctor, I want you to think about a few things. One, tell your doctor everything. Sometimes we are embarrassed about what we're experiencing and our symptoms. Doctors have seen everything, we've heard everything. So symptom A and B can mean one disease, symptom A and C can be something else. So tell us everything. The other thing is when you're going to the doctor, you want to ask them clarification questions. A lot of times we're using big terms, we're telling you something new, and so you want to find out what that is. Don't be afraid to ask us to repeat things. And finally, bring someone with you. That person can be an advocate for you if you feel like you're not getting the right treatment, but they can also help relieve that anxiety of just going to see the doctor.
And real quick, what do you tell people about how to advocate for themselves when they're talking to the doctor?
I tell people it's okay to say, you know what, I really want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. I think it could be this. Can you look into this as well? It's okay to ask us to do more, do something else. You know your body, you know what is different. And there's also something called a patient advocate in hospitals. So if you feel like your doctor's not listening, you can call the healthcare system, the hospital, and ask that person to be an intermediary for you if you don't have a friend to come.
Yeah, important reminders there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
So
with us,
fantastic.
Dr.
Thank you.
Smalls.
Okay, so should we visit the set of Scrubs?
Please.
Right? It's
like
the
that.
beloved sitcom gearing up for a revival. Will Gans got to go behind the scenes in Vancouver.
Yes, Hollywood North, they call it. Yeah, exactly. So since the show was last on the air 16 years ago, the hospital where they filmed was torn down. Now the set has been rebuilt to scale on a soundstage, and the cast and crew are scrubbing back in for new laughs, new characters, and some nostalgia too.
After 16 years, the bromance is back. The Scrubs revival reuniting binge-worthy besties JD and Turk.
I'm back, baby!
And GMA has a sneak peek in the spot where it all began.
We are back at Sacred Heart Hospital. Now today, you and I are scrubbing in, but let's see who else might already be on call. Come on.
Zach Braff wearing a few more hats now than he did in the show's initial run from 2001 to 2010.
The cool part is you're back not only as JD, but you're executive producing and directing this season. What does that feel like for you?
It's a lot of responsibility, and I feel like I'm up to the task, but it's definitely daunting. All this stuff I learned in shooting 9 years of Scrubs, I think really informed everything I make. I've been able to bring all that skill set full circle and now put it back into the very thing I learned on.
And this go around, some newbies are also on call, including SNL alum Vanessa Bayer.
Don't I get 3 strikes?
You have 900 strikes.
On a scale of 1 to bar mitzvah boy, how excited are you to be joining the Scrubs family?
I'm very excited, I would say. I'm full bar mitzvah boy.
Tell us about Sibby.
Sibby is the wellness director at the hospital. Nope.
Retracted.
Now, I think I'm a sweetheart, but I have kind of a checkered past, maybe some habits, die hard. So kind of a quirky gal.
There's quirky, and then there's hooch.
Hooch is crazy.
He's still crazy.
What is the secret to the crazy face? How
Well,
do you...
the crazy face, you have to start, it's kind of a red herring. You start with people think that you're going to be okay with what you're saying, and then it turns.
And Scrubs OG3 are also reuniting. Sarah Chalk joining best bud Zach Braff and Donald Faison.
The truth is, it's about a group of friends that are there for each other.
I feel like, you know, obviously we want people to laugh really hard. We laugh really hard every day making it, so I hope they laugh really hard watching it. I also hope that they can feel hopeful when they watch it.
Thrilled to report that Rowdy the dog will also be back for the revival, and Scrubs will premiere right here on ABC on Wednesday, February 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, with episodes streaming the next day on Hulu.
So cool that they rebuilt that whole hospital. Amazing. Thank you, Will. Whit.
Thank you so much, Gio. All right, now to Deals and Steals, and Tori Johnson's here to help us with a winter glow-up for our hair and skin. Good morning, Tori.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Okay,
Yes.
so you and I are just talking about
Yes.
this because you know all about these Japanese traditions.
My wife is totally into these.
Yes. So this is the Goshi exfoliating shower towel, and what's amazing about this is it's that texture that's really phenomenal for both exfoliating and cleansing. But then because of that length, you get to your back, you get to all all of those typically harder to reach areas.
Just like this.
Exactly.
Right?
That a smaller item wouldn't allow, like a little scrub wouldn't do. And for those who prefer a little compact version, we have it in the sponge style as well. Give your body, your skin a real treat with these. A 2-pack is 50% off.
Plus,
They're
they look
fabulous.
nice.
They look
These
nice.
are great.
We do like that too. They look nice. Okay, Lano Lips. This is a skin and lip line that is all about their hero signature ingredient, Lano. It's an oil, lanolin. It's an oil that is ultra moisturizing. So dry skin, dry lips, kind of like don't stand a chance with this. We also have this one. It smells so good. Can I just give you like a little tiny?
Of course.
Give you a little. You only
Give me the goods. Give me the goods,
You only
Tori.
need a tiny little bit with this, which is what I love the most about it. This is vanilla, but this
Very
is
nice.
their hand cream intense. We also have their 101. Their 101 is their absolute classic. So if it's dry elbows, knees, cuticles, whatever it is, and we've got them in a variety of scents that you guys love. So lip and hand care all half price today.
And this time of year, we need some help.
You do.
With the winter,
exactly.
right?
Okay, Mario Badescu, we've got a big variety of really great formulas that deliver very specific results. This little pink one here, their drying lotion signature product. I stick the Q-tip in there. This is the one that dries blemishes overnight. It's like a zit zapper in a little bottle.
You could all use a
Super
little of that.
fabulous.
Yep.
Seaweed night cream, great for hydration overnight. I love a product that sort of works while you sleep. And then the hypochlorous acid is one of their newest products. This is a no rinse spray that's really great for fighting all kinds of acne-causing bacteria. And then these little sets are really fabulous, especially because they let you try so many different products. These with our deal are like $18 to $19.
wow.
So if you're new to the line, grab the sets. Everything's half
Good
price
gift
today.
idea, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, into hair care. This is Caranique. These are systems that are designed specifically for women with thinning hair, experiencing hair loss either because of stress, hormones, life, aging, kind of all of it. So we have a big assortment of their follicle strengthening shampoos, conditioners. We've got the follicle boosting serum. We have a hair regrowth foam. We've got all of these phenomenal systems, and all of them are half price.
Half off. Love that.
We love that. You told me that your home looks like...
Between my wife and daughters, this just looks like every bathroom in the house.
It's
All
we got
of
a
these.
hair salon at the Johnson household. So this is Chi. We've got a big variety of their sort of tried and true hair tools for heat styling. This one's great here because you get 3 different attachments on the blowout brush. We also have that compact for travel flat iron. So depending on whether you want curls, straight, bouncy, frizz-free, we've got a tool for you, and it's all half price.
My family wants them all.
That wants them all?
of them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I get it. And then finally, Tanceuticals. This is sunless tanner with no streaks, no smell, no orange color. The 3 things that we do not want with self-tanner.
I just recently figured out what these are
mitt,
for.
yeah. So the mitt's great for the application. We've got the options for body, and then we also have 2 different types for face. So one that is a moisturizer, so the product's already built in, and then the tanning drops are really great if you prefer to use your own moisturizer, and then you get full control. If you want that like fabulous glow in these brutal winter times, this is the safest way to do it, and it's all half price.
Love it. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you.
As always, appreciate it. Of course, we partner with all of these companies. You can find each deal on our website, goodmorningamerica.com, and we will be right back.
Bienvenidos.
Going now.
Yes, bienvenidos de nuevo a GMA. Welcome back to GMA. Bad Bunny, of course, that's his mega hit, Nueva York, which has just surpassed 1 billion streams, making it his 29th song to join the Billions Club. Coming off the heels of his Super Bowl halftime show, it's a good time to be Bad Bunny. Next month, he's off to Japan, where he's going to perform for the
You
first
guys could have
time.
kept that music going.
I mean, it was so good. Congratulations. He's going to perform in Asia.
Big congratulations to Bad Bunny. Here's a look at some of the other top headlines that we're following this Saturday morning. The CDC reporting 20,000 deaths from the flu this season. Among that number, 71 pediatric deaths. The agency reporting the grim update as flu activity reportedly remains elevated across the country. The CDC estimated for this season 24 million illnesses and 310,000 hospitalizations.
Former reality TV star Nicole Snooki Polizzi revealing that she has cervical cancer. Snooki sharing on TikTok that doctors made the diagnosis after she underwent a biopsy. She says she is considering getting a hysterectomy and has more tests ahead to find out if the cancer has spread to other parts of her body.
And we wish her the best. And a voluntary recall for frozen chicken fried rice sold at Trader Joe's. Federal food safety officials say that the 20-ounce packages may contain glass. The chicken fried rice was produced between September and November of last year. There have been no reports of injuries. Trader Joe's is offering a full refund, though, and you can find full details on our website.
All right, it is time now for our GMA February Book Club pick. It's the psychological thriller, The X's, Leodora Darlington's debut novel, and she is joining us now. Good morning to you. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've enjoyed talking to you in the commercial break ahead of time because this is your first debut, novel, but you've worked in publishing for a long time.
I have, best part of 10 years.
Yeah, so without giving too much away, a lot of twists and turns here. What can readers expect?
Ooh, so it's about a woman who's terrified she's going to murder her husband. I think all of us know what it's like to kind of want to murder our partners sometimes. You don't have to react too much. Don't give anything away.
No.
But this story really is about why she's so convinced that she's even capable of committing murder. So it looks back at her past relationship with her exes, who may or may not have met untimely ends, and also her relationship with her family to figure out, what's going to happen next.
Wow. Wait, I'm hooked.
Exploring the darkness, huh?
Yeah, I got to get into the darkness.
What do you hope readers discover at the end?
Ooh, although it's quite dark and there's some really heavy emotional themes, I hope at the end readers feel like if they're the kind of person who wants to change, they want their life to be better, they're seeking the pursuit of happiness, but they haven't necessarily had a clear roadmap of how to get there. I hope what they feel is, okay, even I can still make that change. I can decide that my life can be better. I can break generational trauma. I can be the example my parents didn't set. That's my hope. Yeah.
Well, Whit was saying that you worked in publishing, but you've also been writing since you were 13 years old.
Yes, it's very nerdy. I used to write books for myself as a kid.
That's amazing. I mean, how does that feel after that whole history and background to now have this out in the world?
Oof, it feels incredible. I honestly had such a moment in my hotel room yesterday, just sitting in gratitude. My mum was always such a massive supporter. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. But my mum was so supportive of my creativity. So to be here and having people understand or connect with the characters or take away the meaning from it, the messages, it just feels so special.
And I just to pick up on that, I mean, since you were 13 years old, you mentioned that you would write these books, but you wouldn't reveal them to anyone.
No.
I just wonder why now? You've been working in publishing for a while, but why now did you decide this is the one that's ready to go? I want to reveal it to the world.
There was just something about this story that was itching in my brain. I was talking to you guys a bit about how much I love romance and romance shows and romance tropes. You know, To All the Boys I Loved Before, heated rivalry, I'm there, I'm enjoying it. But while I've really been enjoying consuming that media, at the same time, I've been really tuned into the ways in which romantic relationships might be an unsafe place for people, you know, particularly for women, but also if there's any kind of power disparity, whether that's wealth, class, race. I was just seeing more and more kind of horror stories about how things could go wrong. So I was like, I want to explore this on the page. I want to, get my thoughts about this out there rather than ruminate just on them inside my head. So I'm excited that this got to be the story, the first story I shared with the world.
Yes, and to already be doing so well, what would you tell other writers who are looking to publish their first book?
I think it sounds corny. I'm coming off like a cornball, but genuinely don't give up on your dreams. I think it was about a month ago when I was searching for a receipt in my emails, I think for like Thai food, and an old email popped up from 10 years ago where I'd sent my manuscript, different book, to my agent. And 10 years later, I've written a totally different story, and now I get to sit here. And if I'd abandoned writing at that point, none of this would be happening. So I think if you are loving writing, you want to have a career in it, just keep doing it. Don't forget about it. I know life can get in the way. Just make sure you really pursue your dream.
And that begs the question, are you to keep writing thrillers?
Good question. And yes. Yes, I love it. I just love the writing. I think it's such a great vehicle for exploring why we do the things we do to the people who are close to us, like in a safe, cathartic way. So yes, there'll be more thrillers coming. Watch this space.
Excellent. Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on the book club pick.
Thank you.
The X's is available right now. Thank you once again.
We're back now with Will Gans and ABC Secret Savings, and it is all about you with soothing self-care items that you're going to love at prices you'll love too. Will, what you got?
Some might say it's all about me, too. Pretty fly for a dry guy, thanks to Care Aloha's soft, sustainable towels made of viscose from bamboo. That's twice as soft as cotton, naturally odor resistant. We've got a big assortment of beautiful colors. I really do love these colors. Bath sheets, bath towels, hand towels in 2 styles. We also have the bath robes that I'm modeling right now with pockets, everything from Care Aloha. 50% off with our deal today.
And you said it's so cozy.
It really is. All right. I'm going to say it right here and right now. This is a day-to-day game changer that we have to talk about. If you don't have a bidet in your home, you are not living right. The Smart Bidet electric bidet seat adds comfort and exceptional hygiene to your personal care. Fully loaded with extensive features, warmer, cold water, and it's heated. The seat is heated, America. Imagine coming home and sitting on a heated seat. Treat yourself. Plus, self-cleaning nozzles, wireless remote control, easy DIY installation. It truly is so easy. Choose from round and elongated seat designs. Save 25% plus free shipping.
I would have thought that's more expensive. That's amazing.
And it's something that you'll use every day, so why not upgrade it? Speaking of upgrades, imagine coming home and it smells like your favorite luxury hotel, okay? The Smart Scent Machine from Aroma Retail fills up to 2,000 square feet. It's got built-in scatter fan diffusers and distributes fragrances evenly. You can fully customize timing to work with your schedule. We have scents including black orchid, lemon ginger, bright sunshine. Yeah, all organic, non-toxic, made in America. Save 30% plus free shipping on a scent today.
Brilliant.
Nice,
okay.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, bunions can get in the way of whatever fun you're trying to have any given day, right? So let's support you with bunion discomfort. Bunion Booty is an ultra-thin, soft fabric big toe alignment sleeve that fits comfortably inside your shoes. Its lightweight, breathable design separates the big toe from the second. The Bunionette Booty has the same great design with added support for your little toe as well. The heel strap maintains perfect placement. Plus, we have the Bunion Balm Nighttime Rejuvenating Foot Cream. Save 50% on foot care today and get back in the game, baby.
Oh, it says it's good for athletes, shift workers. Really cool.
Anybody.
This is really cool, too.
Yeah, you already knew all about this before we even started. So you can fall asleep faster with He-Light. The device's red light follows a scientifically backed 28-minute protocol engineered for sleep. Power it on, and after 14 minutes, the light starts to gradually fade until it automatically turns off at 28 minutes. Its portable, lightweight, travel-friendly design is perfect. You can get one for you or one for the kids. Sleep better and save at least 40%. And get free shipping, which will also help you sleep better.
This is also good for shift workers because it can mimic sunset.
Period.
Yes. All right. Will Gans, thank you so much. And you have even more discounts for our
thought
viewers.
you'd never ask, Gio, that's right. Thanks to these great brands and 2 dozen more that are live right now on our ABC Secret Savings special for February. We've got discounts on must-have items like the original eraser, makeup eraser, I should say, which helps wipe away even the toughest cosmetics. And Grace enables compression gloves to support hands in style. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in that special. All right, thank you, Will.
So many of us are cooped up inside during these cold winter months, but a simple 10-minute stretch can leave your body feeling better and even boost your mood. So certified trainer and wellness expert Liz Plosser is here to break down some moves that you can do right at home. Super easy, right?
Exactly. Yes, it's cold outside. We're stiff when we wake up after sleeping overnight. The great thing is you don't even have to get out of your pajamas. A little movement goes a long way to make you feel happy, energized, and warmed up and move through your day with more ease, whether you're going to work, running errands, or if you're a kid, if you're going to school.
Okay, so let's start.
Let's start with sunrise.
Okay.
So feet hip width apart, you're gonna take your arms overhead, clasp those fingers, and just Reach for the sun. Feel
Feels
that
so good.
stretch through your entire upper body, and then you're gonna lean to the right and really open up those ribs, which is great for your diaphragm, your ribs, your breathing. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing this, and then take it in the other direction too. Sunrise, greet your day on the right foot.
Yeah, Janae and I were doing a little more dynamic here. We're moving back and forth.
That's good. Some gentle dynamic movement is what we want. Get that
So,
circulation.
A lot of people feel a lot of stiffness, right? Working at a desk all day. What do you do for that?
Absolutely. We're all hunched over devices, laptops, all those things. So let's go into ragdoll, which
Okay.
is a gentle fold. So just nice and easy, hang your hands down, let your
Oh,
your
you
head
feel
fall.
that in your hammies.
You feel it, and no gold medals for how far down you go. Just keep it, meet your body exactly where it is. Maybe shake your head yes, no, and then you can come right back up, just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, and take your shoulders back. It feels really nice. Yes.
All right.
Does feel good.
What about your world's greatest stretch?
My favorite stretch. I thought you'd never ask. All right, here we go. You are going to take one big step, lunging forward. Try and keep it 90 degrees, that knee bent. And then you can put your hands down for some support. And now we're gonna open up. Yes, ma'am. So you're twisting, your hand raises to the sky. You're opening up your back, activating your core. You really feel this from head to toe. Awesome before a workout. For kids before sports practice, do it in the morning, do it before you hit the gym. There is no wrong time for world's greatest stretch. I know you're a runner, you know that.
No, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
You have a question, Will?
Yeah,
How
all
y'all
right,
doing?
next stretch is in the chair, right?
Yes, we get to sit down now. And I love this. You can do it in heels. And actually, this one's great when you're on a Zoom call because no one sees you doing it. It's junior pigeon. You're going to get into a figure 4 position. So one ankle is crossed over the opposite knee. And then take your palms and just gently press that knee down. You are going to feel it immediately.
Yeah.
We carry so much tightness in our hips.
What is going on in chair 1 down there?
Listen,
I don't know.
It was leg day yesterday. I feel this one.
You definitely will. It's great for post-workout soreness too. And then switch sides. Chest is strong and proud. You're sitting up, and you can lean forward a little bit to deepen the stretch. Again, meet your body where it is. Every day looks a little different.
Yeah. Feels really great. And finally, one to open up the back.
Yes, we're gonna stretch out your upper back by doing a bear hug. So you are going to give yourself the tightest squeeze ever. You're gonna grab your shoulders with your hands, keep squeezing, and just breathe into that. It's almost, think of like you're clasping your hands behind your back, which I would be very impressed if anybody has the mobility to do
Liz,
that.
I'm gonna break the shirt.
My God. I know, the string.
Muscles are too big.
And this is great for all that hunching, all that stiffness, the cold weather. And I think it's just a nice self-care, I love you moment to yourself to start
It
today.
is.
Feels like that.
Get that body moving. Liz, thank you so much. This is so great.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
Yeah, you
Saturday.
get more weekend news coverage over on ABC News Live.
That's right. Have a great day, everybody.
Give yourself a bear hug.
Oh,
Felt pretty
that's good, right?
Yeah.
The suit is getting in the way.
See you tomorrow.